The first update we have today is the brief on the rumored casting shakeups for The Real Housewives of New Jersey Season 15. So word on the street is that a whole new era might be coming for RHONJ. And it looks like it's being driven by, believe it or not, a huge economic development happening right there in New Jersey, pulling in some seriously high-powered folks. Okay, so what's really kickstarting all this talk? Well, it seems Netflix is pouring a cool $1 billion into transforming the old Fort Monmouth. Yeah, they're turning it into a massive new film studio complex. It's supposed to be done around 2028. And already, this is apparently drawing in high-powered individuals. Think actors, executives, producers, making the move from LA over to Jersey. Naturally, this is boosting interest in local property, maybe even pushing prices up a bit. Now, Bravo's reportedly kind of feeling out these newcomers, these transplants, for a potential RHONJ reboot. The thinking is, maybe a season with this, elevated cast could air after the one we're expecting around late 2026 or early 2027. But okay, for the immediate future, like Season 15, reports suggest Bravo's looking at the women expected for BravoCon 2025. That's Teresa Giudice, Melissa Gorga, Dolores Catania, Margaret Josephs, and Jen Fessler. Plus maybe 3 newbies. There's apparently some hope that if Teresa and Melissa finally manage to patch things up, maybe, just maybe, Margaret and Teresa could mend their fences too. Oh, and one specific newbie mentioned? Lisa Fortunato. She's been friends with Teresa for ages, and you might have seen her pop up on the show before. The future of RHONJ may be radically changed by Netflix's $1 billion investment, bringing new celebrity residents to the area. Before we get into the next update, please make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to this channel. Okay then, let's move on to next update now.
Okay, next we are going to talk about the plastic surgery rumors swirling around Emily Simpson, after her Real Housewives of Orange County Season 19 reunion look got revealed. So, recent before and after pics of Emily, she's 49 by the way, popped up on social media. And while they really got Bravo fans talking about changes to her face right before the new reunion, fans on social media immediately noticed something different, and the rumors started flying about a possible chin implant. Someone even coined this phrase Emily's chin implant is chinning. And yeah, others kind of jumped on that, saying they couldn't quite put my finger on what was different. But not everyone was convinced it was an implant, right? Some folks were thinking maybe it's fillers, or specifically things like masseter Botox, perhaps some clever chin shadowing, or even filler put directly into her chin dimples. One person even suggested it looked kind of similar to fillers that Jennifer Pedranti apparently gets. Now, it's worth remembering Emily's actually been pretty open about this stuff before. Back in a 2019 interview, she talked about having 3 breast surgeries already, including getting a reduction and a lift right when she turned 40. She literally said she had no shame in the plastic surgery game. And then, in 2021, answering a fan question on Instagram, she confirmed she'd had 0 surgery on her face at that time, though she did mention wanting a lower lift tightening thing done ASAP. And more recently, she confirmed getting liposuction in her arms and another breast reduction back in January 2023. So this was today's update about the ongoing rumors regarding Emily Simpson's appearance. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the controversy surrounding the Real Housewives of Orange County finale and the alleged setup to take down Tamra Judge. Okay, so you probably saw the RHOC finale, right? Where Gina Kirschenheiter, Shannon Bedore, and Jennifer Pedranti got that super weird phone call? Yeah, the one with the creepy voice changer, accusing Tamra Judge of leaking storylines to bloggers. Tamra even kind of leaned into it, adding cybersecurity hacker to her Instagram bio, which is pretty funny. But now, there's talk that this whole phone call thing, it was apparently a complete setup, like a total ploy just to make Tamra look bad right before the season ended. The timing is definitely getting called out as, super suspect. This call comes out of nowhere, just a few weeks after Tamra actually said she was worried someone might try to retaliate against her. And that ghost face voice changer? Kinda obvious, right? Plus, the actual claims against Tamra, apparently they weren't even that bad. A lot of it was about stuff filmed out in public, meaning pretty much anyone around could have seen it and talked about it. And get this, the timing also lines up with when Gretchen and Katie Ginella, remember the drama they had with Tamra earlier, were kind of dealing with their own scandals. It's also pointed out that if Tamra was really spilling major secrets to bloggers, wouldn't those juicy details have popped up online before the season even started? Which, for the most part, they didn't. So the feeling is this whole attempt to make Tamra the villain is probably going to fall flat, and she'll likely get cleared at the reunion. So this was today's update about the alleged RHOC finale setup. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the dating life of Vanderpump Rules star Tom Schwartz. Well, it looks like love is officially in the air because Tom has finally gone Instagram official with his new girlfriend, model Kiana Carroll. This confirms all that buzz fans had been speculating about, you know? So the rumors really started swirling earlier this month, right? Tom, he's 43, he went on Lala Kent's Untraditionally Lala podcast and mentioned he was seeing someone, but, you know, he kept kind of quiet about who. Pretty soon after that, Kiana, who's 27, started popping up on his social media. We saw posts celebrating her birthday recently, things like that. Then, on November 6th, Tom really made things official. He uploaded this photo of them holding hands. And yeah, he tagged Kiana. Although she kept her face hidden in the pic, playing it a bit coy maybe. Now Kiana, she's a model, originally from Florida, and signed with some pretty big agencies like Industry Model Management and Next Model Management. Her portfolio really shows she's doing well. She even had a recent spread in Glamour magazine Hungary. So, definitely successful in her own right. And this whole new relationship becoming official, it kind of lines up with what Tom's been saying lately about wanting to get serious. He mentioned on Lala's podcast that he really wants to have kids by the time he's 50. He even said, you know, the clock is ticking, and he wants to avoid having an existential crisis about it. So this was today's update about Tom Schwartz's new romance. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the reconciliation between Real Housewives of Orange County stars Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson. So, you know, this has been a long time coming. Tamra and Vicki, their feud went on for years, right? It actually led to the big breakup of the Trees Amigas. That was their group with Shannon Bedore. Well, that's officially over. They've reconciled. And apparently, the big turning point, believe it or not, was Vicki reaching out to Tamra's podcast co-host, Teddy Mellencamp. Teddy was battling cancer, and Vicki reached out, even sent a gift. Tamra said that really showed her that, you know, Vicki has a good heart and gets what it's like to deal with illness. Kind of illuminated that maybe there's still a real connection there. So, after all this time, they finally sat down, talked for hours. But get this, Vicki admitted neither one actually said sorry for anything. She called their whole dynamic like a 20-year love-hate relationship, you know, like sisters. Vicki apparently laid down some terms, too. Said she wants peace, can't do toxic, and even told Tamra the show is going into a deep, dark hole. Oof. So Tamra agreed. Now they're keeping their chats strictly off show, talking kids, relationships. Vicki's been giving updates on Brianna and Michael. They both said the reconciliation felt good. They know some fans might criticize, but hey, they're saying it's nobody's business. So this was today's update about Tamra Judge and Vicki Gunvalson's reconciliation. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about how two stars from The Real Housewives of Miami became unexpected heroes at a black tie gala. So, get this. It all went down at the 30th Annual Intercontinental Miami Make-A-Wish Ball. You know, a really big, fancy event. Well, right in the middle of things, a guest just suddenly passed out. And guess who jumped right in? Real Housewives of Miami co-stars Alexia Nepola and Kiki Barth. They just sprang into action. Total mother bear mode. People there said they were acting like Florence Nightingale, seriously. They got the man some orange juice, used cold compresses on his back and head, trying to nurse him back. And apparently, Alexia kind of knew exactly what to do because of her experiences caring for her son, Frankie Rosello. He started to recover, but then, oh gosh, he fainted a second time. That's when Alexia and Kiki knew they had to call an ambulance. Meanwhile, another cast member, Larsa Pippen, was also there, but she reportedly missed the whole thing because she was kind of busy packing on the PDA with her boyfriend, Jeff Kobe, all night. But hey, despite the medical scare, the gala kept going. Mark Anthony even performed, and the event still managed to raise a whopping $3 million for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Pretty amazing, right? So, this was today's update about Alexia Nepola and Kiki Barth's heroic actions at the Make-A-Wish Ball. Let's now move on to the next update.
Okay, next we are going to talk about all the fan speculation swirling around Chelsea Lazkani and whether she might be leaving Selling Sunset after the Season 9 reunion. So, Selling Sunset Season 9 dropped back in October 2025, right? And we got the new agent, Sandra Vergara.
Chelsea, she joined way back in season 5. She's definitely part of the main crew now. But fans are kind of worried she might be on her way out. Why? Well, a few things are adding up. For starters, you might have noticed she wasn't at that recent cast party. Turns out, Brie Tiesi organized it, not Netflix or anything official. And word is, neither Chelsea nor Chrishell Stawes were even invited. Apparently didn't even know it was happening. That definitely raises some eyebrows about where things stand with the cast, But okay, beyond the party drama, there's something that looks, well, potentially more serious professionally. A licensed agent, this TikToker Michelle Kutzum, apparently dug around and found that Chelsea's real estate license might have expired. Yeah, the claim is it expired back in July 2025. It was originally issued in 2017. Now, to get it active again, she'd need to do 45 hours of continuing education, reapply, pay the fees, the whole shebang. If she can't legally sell real estate, well, that's kind of the whole point of the show, right? Definitely a big hurdle. And then there's the press stuff for season 9. You see Chrishell, Mary Bonnet, even the newcomer Sandra doing tons of interviews. But Chelsea? And Nicole Young too, actually. They've been really quiet on that front. Now, she has been active on social media. She posted on Instagram about the reunion, looking amazing and super proud of her dress by a Nigerian designer, which is awesome. But still, compared to the others, the lack of official press interviews is kinda noticeable.